usual mean by now. Welcome to streaming Eastern Invasion Revised. I'd also like one small news is someone called Extra Davido following me since 7 minutes, so first of all thanks for that. Beyond that, we have managed to evacuate sort of from the Northlands by means of beating everyone up that was trying to follow us. Before that I tried to just escape, but the bridge is not big enough and there was not enough time, otherwise I would have tried to keep people alive, but I couldn't. So now we have left, and as such the last part of the campaign starts, at least I think it's the last part. Wesnoth at war. We were there when the Undead started invading, but we left as the invasion really started, ramped up. So we have no idea what happened with Wesnoth while we left. And that's what we're going to find out now. Leaving the tumultuous Islands far behind, the soldiers of Wesnoth prepared to cross the great river once more and return to their homeland. Note this is exactly where we crossed the last time, where we encountered Grook to begin with. Alas, I failed in my mission. The Undead Scout has already reported back to its mistress. Minion, what's this? What's this you say? Soldiers of Wesnoth approach from the north? That area should have been cleansed over a month ago. No matter. Bring in the next batch of prisoners. I have need of them a little sooner than expected. This is the Gola. And by the way, this is part of it. Wait a moment, we can talk about the... Well, I guess she didn't want to talk. I hunger. By all that is holy, she wields slaves as weapon. And hi Ilenia 1, and thanks for confirming that I do have sound. This evil will not stand. Get your filthy chains off my wrist, you pile of bones! More prisoners approach from the northwest. I have not the time to depart and return with Gregory, or those dwarfs will surely be slain. I have failed my original mission, but by the holy light, I will not fail these prisoners now. Rescue as many prisoners as possible. There are 5 groups arrive soon, and a defeated Southern Necromancer. Prisoner gangs will alternate arriving on north and south paths. Eat those move 3 hexes per turn. This guy is just that I can't move over there. They will ignore me pretty much. As long as I don't try to attack them, they won't mind. Same for those units around here, except those 2 ghouls over there, and any other prisoners they turn. Okay, I'm just gonna collect villagers for now. Like I will hold at most 5 villages at a time. So it's not much, but maybe, just really maybe, I can manage to get some gold out of this. Not sure though. So actually my hope is that this guy attacks me now, but he's in case. Thank you kindly for freeing us. My runesmithing arts are not meant to use outside of Vecnalia, but methinks now is an exception. I just hope the East Gate didn't fare too bad when I was captured. My prisoners! You'll pay for that. As you can see, whenever I free prisoners, they will summon bats and they will annoy me. Fly, my pretties, fly! 4 more groups. Bats prefer to fly towards the nearest enemy. Oh. I will try to keep the villages I have. Yeah. Bats are not quite willing to attack me because I deal too much damage, at least during daytime. How are there so many of them? Is this the end of all Wesnoth? Don't worry, I'm sure the king has a plan. Not that helpful if you're while dying, but okay. A shame. Also a shame. Damn it. I mean, actually it would have been better if I just did this. Then they obviously cannot take the damage. Cannot get poisoned. One damage. Funny. Oh no, my village! I actually argued for removing gold in this scenario because really, what's the point? There's not really any. And yeah. So far there is still gold and income in this scenario, but it might change with time. Like obviously not yet, but hopefully soon. Damn it. I hope. I'll take you all on as soon as I get out of these chains. Silence, orcs, march. They also get a couple of guards as the scenario progresses, as later bands of them arrive. But to be fair, at this point I am bound to have more units available to village, so it checks out. Nice. Thank you! When the underdog ran the academy I thought I was dead for sure, but you've saved me. But what has happened to my friends? Take heart and do not despair. As long as there is light, hope always remains. Not again! Do not test me, Paladin of Wesnoth. I guess I gotta check that again. I think that when I free one of the prisoner gangs, it particularly doesn't show the note about the beds. It's somewhat interesting, but not very, but just a little bit. Leave him alone, he just wants to get to the village. Yeah, no, that's not. This is better. Yep, that works for me. But yeah, as you can see, I obviously won't be in positive income any longer. As, yeah, when I free this band, then the villagers won't be able to offset it, I think. Or rather, I would be ±0. I swear, it was an accident. Please, if you'll just let me talk to Mel Gufrak, I'm sure this can all be straightened out. Your time is done, Necromancer. If I have one small comfort, it is that I'll get to watch you die alongside me. That doesn't sound very nice. I'd preferably only fight him during the day. The problem with this is a bit, I'm gonna fight the bats of this band, the bats of this band at the same time pretty much. Like this. I don't really know how I'm supposed to get around that, if I can get around that at all. At least I can like know this. I won't do this, I'll eventually damage them. I will be able to daytime, I think. This is obviously a bit dicey with this soulless over there. Not much I can do about it. Ah, that is something I can actually not afford to have happen. This. Filthy undead think they can chain me up. I grind their bones into dust. The Lord Protector will take vengeance on all of them. You're starting to become rather irritating. Okay, yeah, I knew it. The bats out is. Okay, then I do not. Nah, that is just not a good idea. So I'm gonna back the hell up from them. Shame. Can bait them there. Much faster. We're going as fast as we can. Maybe if you'd let us swim. Much faster. Yeah, that's not very friendly of them. This bait at least definitely worked. I just hope. Yep. Okay, they can't take the village. Perfect. Much what I want. Alright, I forgot what I'm going to do. Start my assault on Necromancer now. Like, this one will arrive somewhere over here. Like, will take this path. So I can what am I trying to say? I can catch them there. I'm free. Now I'll have the pleasure of killing the Stark Adept myself. Stay your hand, man of Wesnoth. A killing in cold blood is no justice, and the revenge will bring you no peace. Are you mad? That woman is a necromancer. You might as well. My master believes me a traitor. I'm as good as dead already. Then the choice is yours. Flee and face the world alone, forswear your dark arts and join me to protect all that yet remains holy in this good world. Yeah, alright. No more necromancy. I'll join you. Enough! My bats will feast on your blood. Yeah, that is quite a amount. Oh yeah, that is not a bad thing. Woman has no defense at all against physical stuff. I mean, these stuff. As such, kinda guys. So. Yeah, I still have quite a bit of gold. Very nice. Test something. I had some kind of bug where this couldn't rest heal. But yeah, okay. Don't have to think about rest heal at that point. It's quite sorry. It's quite lovely that they are trying to attack this guy instead of anyone else. Ah, looks like Terran has a good chance of leveling up. Going for those guys first, for the big bats and one of bats, so they take less of my villages. Hopefully, no guarantees. Ah, they do a lot of damage. Oh, they are wrong, both of them. Yeah, that explains it. And as you can see, I had to deal with a lot of bats by now. A couple undead as well, but most bats. And as you can see, rest heal doesn't seem to work for them. I don't get it. Like, it seems that yeah, freed prisoners apparently cannot rest heal, which is a bit of weird, honestly. Like, we would save here, and here again, like, they should be healing, but if they're not, then that is some of. I don't get a pattern right now. Like, one of them healed, the other didn't. What? Okay. Anyway, this was for test matters. I do very much want them. I think it might be related to whether I moved them since I freed them or not. But I'm not willing to go back far enough to actually test it properly. going. Right, that was not the smartest move. Like, those two can only move one hex right now. And as such, I should not block that one hex they can move to. Like, yeah, this one would absolutely die if they tried that. Let's not do that. But protect my will. As you can see, Terran has very good odds of just leveling up by fighting there. Like that. Yeah, shame, not a single. Exactly, yeah. He has good odds, but no guarantee. Because he does have to hit first. I wonder why that one didn't attack. Okay, so those undead are very much focused on protecting their prisoner, of just attacking. I can live with that. Yes, I can live with that. I might have to reshuffle those units. I'm not quite sure how much damage right now. Yeah, that was lucky. But that's the point. I need luck for that, then that well. Or rather, if then I can do better than that. This one is definitely gonna go for this one, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they deal not enough damage to kill, and then I can kill them. I'm honestly not sure about this, like, that kinda looks like they're just gonna die there. There's a chance of that happening. Oh, that can just walk past me. That is less than ideal. In that case, helpful. I was really thinking that interrupt them. Good, and just mine. Yes, I slightly messed up there. They're basically my only choice, but as you can see, it's quite doable, is to up this one before getting there. And it's luckily not that terrible. Not great, but it's not that bad. But as you can see, this is literally the very last turn I can do this. Oh, die, please. My thanks, stranger. I do not recognize these lands, but I do recognize a kind heart when I meet one. Should I ever find my way back to the coast, I will be sure to tell my kinsmen of your actions here. Why won't you just die already? Now we come for you, Necromancer. Defeat the Southern Necromancer. Exactly. This kinda looks like a mess right now, to be honest. Like, my units are all over the place. By the way, this is a unique unit in the sense of you don't get access in any other way. Like, I mean, I guess that was probably obvious. I had now that I get Dark Adept, but this one, because they know Mancy, my mic stopped. Can you hear me now? Like, test? And thank you very much, Illinger, for paying attention to this. Like, I actually don't know how much of a delay there is for my stuff. Oh, okay, it was the headset instead, so all good on the recording, I guess. So I kinda need to kill them pretty much now, before I lose more income. Yes, I cannot do everything. And next turn is still daytime, which should be enough. Yep. Yeah, as you can see, I'm just collecting a lot of XP, but at the end of it, just collecting XP. Well, yes, it's enough. Hail, Terrant! We feared the worst when you did not return. Yet here I find you alive and well. Indeed, the light blessed me with an opportunity to save many souls, and I could not decline. Now the crossing is clear, and we may return to see what has become of our homeland. You are too late! Wesnoth is already. And I want a white mage. I want a lot of white mages. And I got a bonus gold for this year. Ha! I knew that's possible. Okay. Anyway, there is one more. Like, I will very certainly not be able to finish the next year because it's a huge map. It's a lot of turns. It's a lot of enemies. Luckily, not all of them at once, but a lot. And yeah. But I will start to try it. Anxious to rendezvous with the Wesnothian army, gradually Olweg and Dazen pressed hurriedly westwards. Their hearts sank as they passed battlefield after battlefield in the ruins of what used to be Wesnoth's thriving eastern provinces. The drowned plains. This one is gonna hurt. At last we have reached the Horse Plains, the fair homeland of my people. Here we can finally reunite with our comrades in arms and vanquish the undead once and for all. Hail, clansmen! Come and greet one of your own! No. No, no! There should be no undead here, there should be no swarms. How can this be? How can my rival have already once so far into the heartland of Wesnoth? I'm sorry, Olweg. The undead armies must have defeated the clansmen and dammed the river to drown the plains. They must like the swamp, filled with death and decay. Everyone I've ever known. How could this happen? You, mage! Had you not insisted we travel north, we might have arrived in time to save these people. My friends, my family, dead from your neglect. And all for what? Some necromancer's trinket more likely to curse us than save us? We trusted you. I trusted you to lead us against the undead. Instead, you sent us away from the war like cowards, led our men to slaughter at the hands of orcs and drakes and deprived Wesnoth of her eastern god when she needed it most sorely. And now my homeland has paid a price for your misdeeds. Are you even listening? Look me in the eye, mage. Desson, what's wrong? Are you alright? I can't. I've lost control of the amulet. A gate has opened to the land of the dead. I must... And most importantly... Oleg, my son. Why did you abandon us? I'm dead. Thanks to you. No, it's not true. You're not dead. I don't believe you. I must see for myself. Oleg, wait! What do I do now? First of all, defeat the spirits. Note I have villages over there. There's like this one. All those visible things will be explained. But not basically those are all villages available on the whole map. Which is a very good start. Huh, I was honestly hoping that I might be able to get that village, but I guess not. As you can see, I have a lot of units available. I don't have that much gold. Like this one would be free income-wise, which is the reason why I'm gonna take them, to be honest. And I don't know, like actually I remember there was this guy. There's also this guy, but this guy won't profit. Or will this one profit from it? I guess this is still my go-to unit. Anyway, let's get survivor units first, because they will obviously have much better oh yeah, this is the guy I wanted to get item to. They will have a lot of impact. I've regained control. The gate is now closed. What happened? I did not know this amulet could act on its own accord. Neither did I. I should have sensed it. I fear that my inner light has been nearly snuffed out, replaced by creeping darkness. Even my skill as a healer begins to fade away. But such is the price of power. I will not let up until my rival is defeated, whatever the cost may be. So, note, Desson is no longer a mage of light, he is now a twilight mage. Even the most devout of white magie can have their light tainted by the power of the darkness. Muted but not extinguished, their inner light continues to sustain them. Basically he has now a shadow wave attack instead of what was the attack? Holy light? Light beam. And his flails drain. Also is liminal instead of lawful. Liminal like the shadow mage. Okay, that is very much a shame. but let's remove it first. Oops. First of all, get another healer. I will, like, healers will be the thing I need the most in this scenario. Let's leave it at that for now, I guess. Granted, I'm not 100% sure this. Oh, okay, if they go for this one, then yes, this. Ouch! That was both lucky and unlucky. So it is true. My lord and father is dead. Today it truly is a day of ill fortune. My family is slain, my kinsmen scattered, my homeland defiled. But I will not despair. This damning destruction will not be the lasting legacy of the clans. These undead will pay for the death they have brought. Awake, do not be a fool. Much of the horde that conquered this place now marches on Weldon, but even what little lingers is surely more than a match for our weary band. I agree, yet all is strangely quiet. Perhaps the remaining undead lie dormant? If we take time to capture a village and rebuild our forces, we may yet be able to reclaim this place. Defeat all enemy leaders and capture villages and build an army before attacking. Enemy leaders are idle until first sighted, but will then abandon their keeps and charge towards you. Please watch over my son for me. Well, that was not scary at all. At all. So I want to take this village. Note again, all those villages are, well, those are all the villages available. And I should try to send in units to take said villages. At least I actually need to send a squad and not just a single unit. Like one thing, every turn there's a chance of one undead waking up. Okay, apparently I can take this village, is no problem. Of one undead waking up and walking towards me, and also this problem. Gah! Undead! This one was mired face first in the swamp, dormant until I stumbled upon it. They must be lying everywhere in this muck. Perhaps their leaders are dormant as well. I suspect we will not have to contend with them until we sight them. We can afford some time to capture a village and build our forces. Capture villages and forces. Actually, did I forget him over there? Yeah, I totally forgot him over there. Whoops. Whoops. First of all, I'm gonna get a merfolk because they are immensely useful at this place. Also another survivor. Like, for example, this guy. It is stuff about them lying dormant and all that. Then again, take that village. This time we do already know that there is enemy over there, so I definitely won't try to take village with this guy. Like a somewhat unfair advantage, but that huge. But yeah, I need to collect more villages because there are not that many villages to go around, and an army needs a lot more than what I have right now. Whenever we stumble upon a corpse, it awakens nearby allies. What will happen when we wake their leaders? It may be prudent to clear the swamp near the undead leaders before we sight them. So this is kind of fun. There was no enemy close enough to trigger. And by the way, I'm gonna mark every single hex I found. And with Fear of Undead. Also note within a amount of them also be free. Yep. And I want to take those 2 villages with them and then try for those villages over there as well. Okay, apparently they were not too close. Those are for those 2 villages. We're here for this. Oh, there's one. In that case, let's help out. Squishy fun to squash. Squash, squish, squash. Really, dude? No, there are also wraiths flying around that are basically soldiers that died and, well, did not rest. Did very much not rest. Okay, if there were not more than this, then this part of the swamp is probably already clean. Like, obviously, parts of this definitely. I think those are clean as well. So how this works within, like, still the same thing within an area. There will be. So when I wake up one of the undead, they will also wake up the ones nearby within an area, and up to 4, I think. Meaning if less than 4 arrive after I wake up one of them, that means there are none nearby. Or at least not close enough. Oh, I do kinda have a couple of villages. But yeah, those ghosts are gonna be really annoying because they are absolutely willing to take villagers. Found you. Like, yeah, this Merman fighter is gonna be very useful right now, as yeah, they will be taking all the villages. No, they will, as a lot of my enemies are now people, I mean, people of the clans that died in the fight. There will be lots of horses and riders. Meaning pierce damage is king right now. I mean pierce and arcane, but for now pierce damage. Okay, I can basically clear this part as free as well. This is also one of the things that makes the scenario pretty long. If you really want to be sure that if you don't want to be scared of surroundings all the time, you kinda need to mark if you were already there or not. Ages. So a Silver Mage is, as always, gonna be immensely useful, especially right now as ghosts are flying around and trying to take your villages. So, what kind of units available? A lot of them, first of all. And Mage of Light. I need Mages of Light around. I just need them to deal with the undead and heal all the poison damage I take. Which will be a lot, actually. So, village get. You two, you are gonna over there to take those two villages, and you guys are going for those villages down there. And also clean out as many undead as possible. By the way, I should mark my villages on the map so I notice if I lose them, because I cannot quite see them all the time. Okay. Oh, here's over there. It was kind of expected that there would be one. Hope it's not. Yeah, I always kind of need. Actually, send. I'll leave this one here. They are doing a well enough job at fighting with for now. And let's try to clean this place out. This is also a great place to just level units, as you have a nearly infinite amount of enemy units available, which you actually do need to kill all of them. But yeah, XP is in abundance. Already it is pretty oh no, my village. But yeah, that's why I want a Silver Mage to begin with, so I can take care of stuff like that. You are definitely qualified to take out one minor unit. Right, I don't really need to mark my villages, as I do have vision. Obviously, one here at all. That. There as well. Unfound. And there's one. Okay, it's clean yours as well. Oh. All empty. As soon as I have secured more villages, I will also lean back a little bit and just take stuff. But for now, I definitely need. No, I will sit back a bit and clean out undead around me, such that they will no backstabbing. So I know if one of them awakes, I will know from which direction they can come. But not yet, not yet, not yet. There's another one. Fucking no there. This is gonna be a bit hectic, as I have triggered two separate undead now. They might trigger quite a number of other undead. and that's why I definitely need healers always around me, because as you can see, poison damage and just damage in general will wear me down pretty quickly. Let's see if I've... Oh, yeah, that is something that very much can happen. I very much did not want it. Also support this guy a bit more. There's less of a chance of them healing over and dying. Oh. That is absolutely not the move I wanted to make. And it is a death sentence if I did that. Let's be a little bit smarter about it and just assemble my units first before I go anywhere. Especially during night, I obviously cannot charge as much as I would like, because they can just wipe me out if they want to. Or at least if I give them the chance, and they are very much willing to take those chances. There was no one except this one. Not out. Cleaning out smaller places is much easier than bigger places because there are less undead that can be triggered at once. Less damage to... So yeah, as I said, placing down those X's is the part that takes the longest. I gotta go for a moment, see you in like 5 minutes. Sorry, got a package, and I'm... right, I did already everything. And... Operator. Back. Pretty sure they came from over there. They survived. There's a ghoul, obviously. Already there was a ghoul. No one said I have to keep it alive, and whoops, that's not where I'm supposed to mount. Yeah. This is still a bit awkward, that could very much go wrong there. But let's take this village first. Oh, alright, this is also swamp, so... Down there. Okay, there's... Ah, this is all... Yeah, let's take this village first. So this is probably still listed. Took my villages. There's no one there. There is someone there though. So I probably should have ignored those or go for the villages first. But it is what it is. And there is the Wraith. Ooh. This one is gonna do quite a bit of damage there. Ah, there were clearly quite a couple of them. But not that many, luckily. You definitely need the village. Luckily there are enough villages. As you can see, not all the houses were slaughtered, some of them luckily survived. But yeah, still questionable if how useful or how lucky they actually or rather, right, those are simply plains, so of course they are houses. Ah, I get that now. First of all, let's get him back over there so he can technically call unit. I'm not yet sure if I will do that or not, or when. Like, I need money, that's obvious. And if I recall unit, then that will upkeep. Certainly can clean out this place over here and probably this part over there. Oh, cool. So once I've gotten those villages over there, I will start getting those 5 villages over there. Like for those 2 villages, I obviously already have units that are trying to take them, and retaking this also on my list. Ah, there's another one over there. Nah, I'd rather make it this round. This guy can attack them, sure, but they will also probably summon from over there, and I would like to be. Oh, my villages. I mean, I get it, but still, really rude. Note, as long to me, I have sight of them, which is very useful. Then I want to take that village back, so that's my priority. And such that I do not other, which instead I can say Silver Mage. Bye. Okay, so this scene. Whoops. I'm gonna clean those 5 hexes as well for sure, and then I'm gonna send my Airfolk over there for this village. Keep going that way for those villagers. Well, at least if there were some, they have already been cleaned out. Okay. There's someone? Ah, there's someone. There was someone. Okay, that is... Ah, there. Oh, I see, then I miscalculated with that one for sure. Expect there to be another one. In that case, I do kind of have to go over there to heal. Actually, no, I don't. I overlooked that oasis. Another oasis. Yeah, I'm just gonna move that so I'm in range for now. Also no. Fail. What happens? Oops. I see. Just all of this has either there was no enemy to begin with, or they were all triggered when I triggered those over there as well. Oh. Right. Up to 5 enemy. 50. At least this stretch of swamp will be clean. I systematically have to clean the whole place. Otherwise there will never be an end of this. Never be an end to it. 2, 3. I suppose. Even during daytime this is not. Part of what makes it a bit difficult, why they can one-shot him, even though it's nighttime, daytime I mean, they are all fearless, meaning they do not deal less damage during the day. They deal the same amount of damage as always. As if it was dusk. And yeah, as you can see, that has quite some strength behind it. Get. Leave me alone. Okay. Part of the question is, do I get another healer or another damage dealer to take more villages? I think, at least for now, it's gonna be another healer instead of anything else. As a walking corpse. Damage dealer probably. Because at the end of the day, I do just want to of them faster. To do so, I need damage. a raider. The healer would be for another group of units, and right now I don't think I need another group of. I would much rather just have more mages available to deal with the ghosts as I spot them. The ghosts being the ones that will be actually the most danger to my villages. Like, danger is a big word, but will be the one that will take them the most. I guess I'm gonna spend at least a couple of turns, like there's one of the ghosts I was speaking of. I will take at least a couple turns to just get more gold. I'd say just. That is not... Okay, that was lucky that there was nothing there. That was not a good way to walk. At first I thought he was one of ours. Then he waved his hand and my blood ran cold. And as such we obtain testimony medal that was fought here. Okay, there's no enemy there. In that case, perfect. I can probably take the very least. Not this one yet, but very much over there. Like, I know there's no here. 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 I think I can move over this one and then there. Okay, maybe. Yep, I knew it. I have to trigger this one either way. Either this one or this one would have to be triggered. Question: I messed up or is it all okay? Okay, there might be one over there, but even if there is, they will definitely be triggered. Is last. Such. This is all fine. This one is fine. There will probably someone at some point. Those are going this place now. Those face down. As such, I definitely have to cleanse this part before going down there because I do not want to trigger this prematurely early. And there's a ghost again, but at least I can definitely no. Those are all the undead that were triggered by this place. And yes, there was indeed yeah. And I was lucky enough that they did not kill their son. And I really say lucky because that was lucky. Ah, two of them at once. Annoying. Here's the question, can they survive this? Not sure. 4 damage. 8 damage, go away. Okay. At least they will survive. No? There's one definitely gonna take a break. Okay, maybe not a break. But I'm going for those two. Perfect. One is gone. They tore the ribs out of my friends, fashioned them into arrows. Damn, that is... I don't think I wanted to know that. Already, I'm pretty sure they definitely didn't want to know that. Definitely didn't want. Oh, there's a ghost. The for the record, I'm gonna bait this one taking the village, and then I can get rid of them. Sure, I'm gonna lose the village for a moment, but the more important part is I can get rid of that ghost, and then they won't be able to take it again. So less of a whack-a-mole game. But you can see I've spent more than half an hour on this scenario, I think, and I've not progressed that much so far. Like, yes, I have taken a lot of villages, which is actually the kind of progress you can make in this scenario, but I'm barely at turn 60. I've intentionally not encountered any enemy leaders yet. I failed you all. I failed Wesnoth. Okay. I don't wanna off them yet. Okay, that was not a move I wanted to make. I would want to risk more of them yet, while those guys cannot move, which would be part of the damage I can deal right now. So it's gonna be a while until I'll be able to take this village, because as you can see it is literally surrounded by swamp. Meaning if I move there, there is a chance that I won't be able to take the village to begin with, and then I will be surrounded by enemies. And as such, I definitely want to be sure that what exactly? Right, that my units are healthy enough to deal with that. Because if they're not, then I'm just gonna take a lot. Take that one. Okay, there's apparently no other unit around. Okay, I'm willing to accept that. I don't know. Ah, not a single one. I'll take that. Okay, there's one there at least. Okay, one over there. And none over there as well. Okay, then probably the only risk would be from over there and there, I guess. Point is, I'm pretty close to obtaining those. But I'm pretty sure I moved there. Can't remember. I have no incentive to go down there or anywhere. I really just 1, 2, 4 villages over here. Like this is the 5th over there. There's 2 down there, and could there be one more? Did I look? Oh, there's one. There are. Oh, there are 5 over there. Okay, 6, 7, 8, and it checks out. Oh, a ghost getting close to me. That is nice. My family? Please, where's my family? Dark. But, well, looking on a map that is quite fitting. And I'm almost at a village over there. Just would this. Okay, no enemies over there as well. That is so, although very surprising for sure. Okay, I don't want to do that. This is already quite clear. Like I think it's obvious that having the Merfolk available right now is immensely useful, as they are doing a great job at cleaning out undead while there are swarms all around us. Oh, where did that one come from? I guess they just woke up. That happens. My Silver Mage gotta finish off the ghoul first, and then they will definitely help out down there. Is quite a number of enemies. There. Okay, I guess I totally could have taken that village over there. Break me, I suppose. This is gonna be a bit risky. As if I'm stuck inside a swamp while I trigger them, it's not gonna end well for me. Yes, I'm not gonna encounter any anyway. Hey, there's another ghost. Okay, if there's no one there, all the better for me. On this pretty sparse place. Actually thinking that maybe I should just give up that village to help this one out. Let's see. Those deal 4 damage to him. There. Yeah, 4 damage. And you deal 4 damage as well only. Right, impact resistance. Impact and light blade. Only. Oh, 3 damage only, so technically this one has good chances, like this 12, 36. If all of them hit 36 and 18, 54. It's a bit dicey, but most of them will also die before they get a chance to deal all their damage. At least some of them. This one, for example. And this one. And this one. Nice. Also very nice. And this is exactly why I wanted this scenario. I'm also kinda sorry, Linear One, for not using your unit more in this scenario so far. It's just, it's not that good of a fit actually. Like, they are already max level, and yeah. Needs for one. What exactly? Oh, there's another one. Means for one that I cannot level them up, and for two, of course, that they demand more upkeep. Upkeep I'm not quite willing to pay. At least, which I should try to avoid paying right now. Okay, so that's a lot of villages now. And that's... in that spirit, I should probably clean out this amount of swamp, such that I know that there won't be any of them spawning right next to my villages and taking them, which would be very annoying for sure. And then probably I could ignite those. Already that this group will go back over there to clean more over there, and this group will go for this village over there. Boss. Like in those two will all the village. Oh. And now it's the question, how dumb was it that I woke up both of them there? Like I did clean a lot around there, but I'm always a bit hazy about how clean the place really is and how much range those things have. Okay, apparently pretty much no one around there, so that's perfect. Also, I can finally attempt to take this village next turn. Alright, and yeah, attempt is incorrect because I have no guarantee that I will be able to do so. Like, I have good odds, but no guarantee. Alright, I can this one. First. Display. I don't want any of them from to appear over here and take my village. Okay, potentially I've awakened 12 units now. It's definitely way less than that, but that's still a risk I would rather have not taken. It is now what it is, or at least I think it's not as fatal as I make it sound. But yeah, it's less than ideal. Well, that's some help over there. I did not mean to wake even more now. Yeah, a lot of the surroundings are already cleaned. Oh, maybe it's not as bad as it seems. But really, oh no, not both of my villages. Not to mention I will have a hard time taking them back this very turn, or at least taking the ghosts, because they are just not close enough. Damn it. At the very least I know I have to defend this one, because the ghost will definitely take it out. Oh, come on, really? Friendly? Oh, I guess those horses. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, you take this village to stop that ghost. And I also gotta actually clean out this place. as it is, always just take. Or can always spawn there and take. Obviously there are not that many enemies around. I wholeheartedly approve of that. But I'm gonna clean out more. Certainly not get it. F out a lot of them. Just now. And preferably without trigger. Those corpses over there are likely to be already. It is very hard to imagine that there are none over. Huh. Okay. I'll take it. I did definitely not expect there to be none at all. In that case, start cleaning out this part. Because if I don't, they will wake up at some point and just collect my again. That's the central cleaning. One more village is in reach next turn, and also take those other two. With a bit of luck, I can trap one of those. Yeah, and he will get help from a sword in a moment anyway. Oh, actually, no, I want trap over there. Oh, snap. I guess they will help themselves now. That was not great. Because now that healer needs to heal for quite a while. Cannot be as mobile as I would like to be. Ah, finally. Found one. Good thing is can't be that many left now. Like, sure, there's a chance of all of those hexes being with undead, but it's not likely. Want this? I will lose this village, but I take it in a moment, and I'm not sure about this part. Close. One of the reasons why I should have this out. Get one spawned from there, and then no further ones. That's probably all that is there to them. Okay, well. Huh. Then those two guys could technically try to go there, but as you can see, there's still quite a lot of swamp in between. Actually, I might do it, not by going through the swamp, but going over the land, but then I definitely need to heal a bit more for that. And I gotta undo this mess up. As you can see, that is not good. and there was also no reason for that to happen to begin with. He's just more of them. Yeah. Whoops. Did I trigger anything? Yeah, that is actually most of the for now. Nice. I can already clean out this part because this time I already know that there's no one there. It's a bit of a cheat, but I don't want to, and I really don't see the need. At most I get one turn out of this, and that's not that much. Like, I don't remember for sure, is your reaction about me saying that I don't use unit that much? Or was there something else? Actually, let's like this and hope this guy takes the village. Like, I'm gonna save and then see. Now I'm gonna probably take the village. Honor, glory, wealth. None of it saved us in the end. Yeah, certainly qualified to say that. What are my odds? Gonna set this one over there. Okay, actually clean now. And I'm gonna try to put this place as well. Okay, no one at all. I guess I did have a lucky roll. By the way, I will have to take another break in a moment. Actually, no, I don't have to because streaming time is over. I guess then I'm gonna play this turn and then at least I'm gonna see how this turn develops. Like, do I get to bait that one on bait that or not? Not, then I would take the village instead. There's a ghost, okay. I do not get to bait that one. In that case, take the village instead. And this guy just takes. Yep. And as I said, stream time is over now. It has been 1.5 hours, and I think I progressed quite nicely. Like, I got a lot of villages by now. Like 17 of 23 is not actual amount. Like, secured I have 3 more. Like, one over there obviously, but goes and 2 over here. And I'm gonna oh, there's 2 ghosts even. I'm gonna prioritize destroying the ghosts over taking more villages, as that is honestly more difficult. Like, keeping those villages is more important in the long term, meaning I have to remove those. But as I said, stream up. And yeah, I've progressed quite nicely. I've got 3 more villages, which I have already secured, 3 villages that are not yet really secure, and I've also got a nice amount of gold by now, so I could probably just go for one of the leaders and take them out. Gonna wait probably till turn, let's say 30, or more like 28, and then start amassing an army. First of all, clean out all the swamp over there, and then go for that enemy leader. Yeah. And for now, thanks for watching. I'm pretty sure next time I will be able to complete this scenario, but it is far too much to just keep playing for now. So yeah, see you next time.